What up, guys? Good morning. It's the Vault 500 Wisdom Wednesday, day 27. We doing it, y'all. We so close to 100, I can feel it. But, Wisdom Wednesday, I try to drop some knowledge on business and some of my experiences. And I hope you guys are having a good day. So let me drop a gem, right? So looking back on my mistakes and the things that I've done, I made a lot of mistakes. But just looking back on the mistakes that I made, one was, I think I said before, not paying myself. You always got to pay yourself first, right? Pay yourself first and then worry about your other bills and stuff like that. Number two, would be invest in yourself. Number two, invest in yourself. Make sure you take a portion of your profits that you're making from whatever type of business and put it into some stocks, put it into some form of growth area where your money can work for you 24/7. Some people, what I notice a lot of young people are doing, which is really smart, young people are buying content houses, and see, it's becoming a trend right now. So buying real estate, and what they're doing is they're getting a group of like streamers and YouTubers. They're using the house to create content, which is really smart. So however you choose to invest your money, number one would be pay yourself first, put money in your bank account, and then take a percentage and reinvest it. So that's number two. Number three, so these are my top three things, top three mistakes I made, right? Number one, not paying myself first. Number two, not reinvesting the money properly. I do all of these things now, right? But I'm talking about things that I didn't do before. And the third one, what would the third one be? Not focusing on the analytics. Number three would not focusing enough on the growth and the analytics. Because if I would have focused more on the growth and analytics, I just would have grew faster. And those are the top three things that I learned. The top three mistakes that I made. So number one was not paying myself first. Number two was not reinvesting a portion of the profits. And number three was not really focusing on the analytics. So I guess that rounds it off, my top three. Because if you just do those top three, your business will be more successful. You'll have money that's growing 24/7 that you invested. You'll also have some money, some fast cash that you can take out for yourself. And those things are important. And pay yourself first. And yeah, those are my top three. So I'm featuring a young lady today, Wisdom Wednesday on the Vault 500. by the name of Issa Rae. Now, some people may be familiar with her. Okay, this is Issa Rae. She's an entrepreneur. I'm featuring her today on the Vor 500 Wisdom Wednesday. Um, she started off, I think, as a YouTuber, and then she scaled it, and she uh, got her music on TV and stuff like that. So, okay, this is a little bit about her. She started off on YouTube creating her own original series, which he turned it into Insecure, which then was seen on like major networks. And from a lot of creators is she owns a large percentage of her content, and she also launched her own production company, and which helps young entrepreneurs. And now she's expanding those things into different areas of business. And like this is something that I talk about all the time is scaling your business. So she scaled being a YouTuber, right? Creating a YouTube series. She scaled it into a HBO series. And then she scaled it into creating her own production company. She scaled once again by investing. She invests in up and coming companies. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. So this is a very interesting article about her. And it talks about some of the things that she's investing in right now. As you can see, she created her production company called Hoorae. And she's a great example of someone that started off pretty simple, doing something that anybody can do, start a YouTube channel. And then she scaled it. She scaled having a YouTube channel, like I said, to Insecure, a TV series. You know, the YouTube series became so popular that I'm not sure if she pursued getting a big deal with HBO, or if they approached her, or if it just happened mutually. You know, I'm not sure how the exact deal happened, but she went from being on YouTube to creating Insecure. I'm sure having a popular YouTube series put her into contact with major people at HBO. So that's how she was able to land her deal. And then she scaled, you know. Like there's so many different ways that you can be being a YouTuber, being a streamer, influencer. she's like the perfect example, you know what I'm saying? So now she's even scaling once again. She's creating her own prosecco. And one thing that she stresses is she gets involved with projects that reflect who she is. So some people are casual drinkers. They like to drink around their friends, have fun. And this business reflects a part of who she is. She probably hangs out with her friends and then they drink Prosecco or they drink whatever other drinks at the wine, etc. And this reflects a portion of who she is. And that's one thing I saw. There was a rapper online. I think it was Rick Ross. Someone, a lot of his businesses that he scaled to are part of who he is, things that he enjoys, right? So he has the alcoholic beverage, so he likes to drink. And he has a car wash. He has some sort of like car cleaner. He's really a car person. So he created like this car cleaner. And then he does music. Music is his first love. So he scaled to businesses that are a part of his personality, things that he enjoys doing. So that's definitely one important part of scaling a business is scaling but still doing things that you like. You don't want to scale your business to something that you don't enjoy doing, right? You might be a musician and you might start making cookies. What if you don't even like cookies? Or you might create a burger restaurant when you don't even eat meat. You might be a vegan. You want to scale to things that you enjoy doing. And that's what is definitely important. Okay, so with her production company, she also has a record label now. So she's venturing into music. She's diversifying her portfolio, which is really good. She has alcohol in her portfolio. She has music. She has TV. And there aren't a lot of females like her. There aren't a lot of females like her doing what she's doing. You know, she has a very diverse portfolio, whereas a lot of people, a lot of females anyway, especially, a lot of females in general, they don't diversify their portfolio like that. So it's incredible that she has such a diverse portfolio. So guys, this is what the Vol 500 is all about. This young lady, very successful entrepreneur. She scaled having a YouTube channel, and becoming popular on YouTube. She scaled it to a TV series on HBO. Then scaled her production company and started creating original content. Now she's in the music business. She has an alcoholic beverage. Um, she's building a great portfolio of businesses, that these businesses can be around when she's ready to, you know, retire maybe. She might come to a point where she's like, I don't want to do this no more. And she can sell those businesses. Now, a lot of times, what people do is they'll buy your business just to eliminate the competition. You notice that with a lot of major companies. They'll say, all right, just buy it, get her out the way, and then they close it down. They say, we'll create our own Prosecco. We have our own Prosecco. We don't need that. We just want to get her out the way. You know what I mean? Which don't matter to you because you're selling your business and you're retiring. So what someone does with your business after you sell it doesn't really matter. Because nobody's going to be as passionate as you about your business anyway. Yeah, so she's doing an amazing job at scaling. And she's someone that a lot of people don't talk about. I don't really see a lot of people talking about Issa Rae and all the things that she's doing. Um, that's why I love to talk about people that are doing amazing things in business, but they don't really get the spotlight on them like they should, you know. Um, she's someone that's doing really big things as an entrepreneur, and she doesn't get the spotlight like a lot of people. So that's one reason why I'm talking about her too. So. So what can we learn? So what can we actually learn? This is Wisdom Wednesday. So what can we actually learn from Issa Rae? So what are the actual lessons that we can learn from Issa Rae and her business ventures and her success? Don't be afraid to start small, right? That's number one. She started small on YouTube and she was consistent creating content on YouTube, and her content was professional quality. So she started small on YouTube. Two, she marketed her work. You know, she probably used social media to market her show. Not exactly sure how I remember her YouTube series. I don't remember how I came across it. I probably came across it on Facebook or something. Maybe somebody was posting clips because that's the best way to promote anything, especially if you got like a TV show, like a 30-minute TV show on YouTube. You chop it up and you put it everywhere. One 30-minute show could turn into 30 clips, 31-minute clips, and put it all over the internet. That's what everybody's doing right now. It's very easy to clip something that is long. So that's another thing that we can learn from her is how to market a long form content, right? You clip it up, put little pieces here and there, and then you get someone interested in it, and then you got to do a good deal for yourself. She kept her ownership of her projects. So that's another thing you can learn from her is she has a lot of ownership in whatever she does, which is really important, right? And having ownership, she's making more money. She's making more money off the top. And then she had money to invest in different projects. She invested in a hair company, something that she uses, like hair extensions. She invested in an alcohol company. She scaled to a music label. So these are all things that she enjoys doing that are a part of her life, you know? And she's able to invest in those things because she's making money. She has ownership. And she just, she did good business. Because sometimes we get excited when we get someone interested in working with us, and they tend to get more ownership than they should. Like, if you've seen Shark Tank, sometimes you see these people on Shark Tank, they're so desperate for money that they're willing to give up a large percentage of their company. And at the end, it might be better sometimes to just wait it out. We had so many people that said no because they wanted to keep a certain amount of ownership in their company and their IP, their intellectual property, which is smart. Some people are looking for a quick fix. Hey, I'll give you $1 million. $1 million ain't the same anymore. Wait out for that 30, 40 million. But those are a couple of things that we can learn from her and how she scaled having a hit show on YouTube. She scaled it into a bunch of different things that she enjoys. And that's what we can learn today on the Vol 500. Scaling the proper way. And earlier I talked about a couple of mistakes that I made from not investing in myself, from not paying myself first. And when I say pay yourself first, I mean like, so when I say pay yourself first, I mean take some money that you earn and put it in the bank. And then take a certain percentage and invest that. You might invest in stocks or bonds. And then pay your bills. So many people, we pay our bills first and then we don't have nothing left over. Pay yourself first. Worry about your bills later. They'll get paid. Pay yourself first, and always pay yourself first, and be consistent with paying yourself first. If you always pay everyone else first, you're never going to have any money. Right? You'll figure out how to pay that bill. But paying yourself, you can't go back on that. Right? So that was one of the mistakes I made, was not paying myself, not investing a portion of my money, and then not following the analytics enough. Analytics are really important. You got to track your growth. You have to track how your business is growing. If you don't track how your business is growing, then it's not going to grow quickly. If you monitor your analytics every day, you can see where you're growing, where you might need to run some advertising, what needs help, and you'll figure it out. Social media helps tremendously because they have to push your video a little bit. They're not gonna give you that they might. You never know. You might get in the algorithm and you might get 1 million views. You might go viral. It's possible, it happens. But they're gonna give you a little push, right? Especially if you use the right keywords. They'll give you a little push. Let's say they give you 500 to 1,000 views. If you drop a video every day and you get 500 to 1,000 views, think about that. 5,000 views a week. Free advertising. So like I was saying, if you're posting a video every day, and then your video's getting 100 to 500 views, and you're posting one video every day, the end of the week you got thousands of views. The end of the month, you can have 10,000 views for free. So my point is, marketing your business online can be free if you do it properly. And if you want to go super viral, you push it a little bit with a little bit of advertising. That's another whole topic in itself. Finding the right keywords and pushing. If you got to promote locally, and there's a lot to that too, because there's a whole art to that. Because when I work with my clients, there's a whole art to ads too. So you got to figure that out. But I'm about to end the stream in a few minutes, people. Thank you guys for tapping in today. The Vault 500. It's day 27. Definitely appreciate you guys. All right, people, I'm about to end the stream. King here, day 27 of the Vault 500. I talked about quite a few different things today, Wisdom Wednesday. One of the things that I talked about was the mistakes that I made as a business person when I was coming up. And there's quite a few mistakes I made, but the top three I said was number one, pay yourself first. You got to pay yourself first, and a lot of people forget to do that. That's why we end up not having any money saved. Number two is take a portion of the money that you're making and invest it. So pay yourself, put money in your bank account, your personal bank account, and then put some money away into some stocks, mutual funds. Figure that out, how you want to invest it, because there's a million ways to invest, right? You can invest in ETFs, you can invest in mutual funds. However you take that percentage and invest in mutual funds. And then three, another mistake I made was not tracking my analytics. In order for you to grow, you got to check your analytics, because you got to know what areas you might need to do a little advertising or need to push it more, or use certain keywords so people find your content. So those were my top three mistakes that I made, and I definitely try not to make those mistakes now. But sometimes when you generate a certain amount of revenue, you can't put away as much, or you can't invest as much. You got to kind of figure it out. Unless your revenue is the same all the time, you have to figure that out. How much you put away, how much you invest. But it's very important that you figure that out in the beginning. So those are like the top mistakes that I made as a businessman. So today I featured this young lady, Issa Rae. She's a very successful entrepreneur. She started out creating content on YouTube. She scaled it to a show on HBO, and she created her own production company. And something that's unique about Issa Rae is she owns her content, and she scaled to owning a liquor brand, and then she also scaled to owning her own record label. So she's a great entrepreneur to pattern yourself after, because the way she scaled being a YouTuber, or not even a YouTuber, but creating YouTube content to a TV series called Insecure. So we can definitely learn a lot from her, and she's definitely someone that you can do your own research on. So King here, this is day 27 of the Vault 500. We almost at 100. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Appreciate you guys. Later.